Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad to be with you tonight. I missed you last week. I had some stuff come up in my life and I had to let the fun go and I had to take care of business. You know how that is. But I'm so glad to be here with you tonight. Oh, and I want to thank everybody who sent me birthday wishes over the weekend. It brightened my day, so I really want to thank you. Please, if you like my video, please share my video and comment shared down in the comments. And then everybody who comments that they shared, I will enter their name in a drawing to win the project I'm working on tonight. The last time that we were together, I made this big tag. And when I put everybody's name in the drawing, it was Patricia Miller who's going to get this tag. So Patricia, thank you so much for helping out my small business and by sharing my video. If you can't share, I understand. Would you give me some hearts then? Facebook likes the hearts better than the thumbs up. So if you do the hearts, that would help me also. If you're on YouTube, welcome. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And then once you do that, click the little blue button and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I usually do that most Monday evenings. Okay, so tonight I have a great project for you. It's versatile. I think you can use it for lots of different occasions. So I'm going to change the view down to my hands and we're going to get started. Okay, so look at this cute little card I have for you. I'm going to show you. It looks just like a present, but look at this. It pulls out. Isn't that fun? I think this would be a great thing to attach a gift card to, like use a couple of glue dots or something and attach it to that. But you see what I mean by it being versatile is that really whatever you want it to be, it can be. Just use different designer series paper. Here, obviously, I've done Christmas. If you want it masculine, you could use more of a masculine paper. If you want it for a birthday, you could do that. If it's for a baby shower, do something that's a little more reflective of a baby shower. But I think this design is definitely a keeper. Look at that. Okay, so we are not going to waste any time. We are going to get right to it. Okay, so I'm going to make the same one. Oh, before we get started, I want to let you know we use the Joy of Christmas Designer Series paper. I've used this before in other projects. You know, it's got lots of great patterns. When you are choosing paper to use for this project, if it has a direction, you need to make sure of that. Now this sort of did, but not bad because it's, you know, it's a plant. I think it looks good either horizontal or vertical, but there might be a paper you want to use that is directional, so you need to be careful with that. So we start out with a piece of cardstock. This cardstock is 7. It's 5 by 7, okay? And we are going to score this at 3 1/4 on the long side. So let me look here. I'm going to get my trimming blade out. I always move it way to the other side. So 3, I'm going to double check my measurements. Yep, 3 1/4 right here. And then I'm going to give it a couple of passes, okay? And that's really all we're going to need that for tonight. So remember, when you score your paper like that, which way do you fold it? Do you fold it toward the valley or toward the mountain? Do you remember? To me, it's counterintuitive and it's the opposite of what I would think, but you fold it toward the mountain, okay? Because it has to do with the way you've broken the fibers on the paper. I'm going to use my bone folder so I get a nice firm crease. And then out of that same base color, let's see here. This piece is 1 1/2 by 5.5. This piece of shaded spruce is 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. And this DSP is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. I just want to double check. Yep. As unfortunately, my piece of paper that I'm looking at, I didn't write it very neatly, so I have to make sure I have the right dimensions. Then for this piece of shaded spruce is 1 3/8 by 3 1/4. And the designer series paper is 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. So we are going to attach this. Oh, let me get my seal adhesive out. Set that over there. Love my seal. Okay, so now this is going to fit on here. It's going to go directly from end to end. It's going to match it exactly, or it should. So the only place where you're going to see is on the sides. See, it's going to be like that all the way to the end. So I'm going to put this on here. For some people, they might like to use the green glue for this, which I probably should be, because it gives you just a second to make some adjustments and wiggle it in if it doesn't work correctly. But, okay, so there's that. I'm going to zoom in a little more for a second while I do put this together so you can see. Okay, so now we have 3 of these. And these, you will have your border all the way around, okay, like this. But it is a tinier border than we're used to working with. Again, sometimes it's nice to have that little few seconds to wiggle something to get it in place, but I'm going to live dangerously here and use my seal. I just don't feel like getting messy with green glue. So let me see here, put this down. Just like that. So I do know that Stampin' Up! Has put out the last chance list for the holiday mini catalog. I am going to be emailing that out very soon. Some stuff will be reduced price, some won't. So please, if there's anything you want, I strongly suggest you order it because it will go fast. Okay. So there we go. There's that one. So that's going to be the top. And this is going to be like the ribbon on that side, okay? So then the next thing I'm going to do, we're going to put this on here first because I want to make sure if it's a little long, like it looks like it is, then I can trim it off, okay? It gives me a way to trim it off. It'd be a little harder to do if I'd already adhered the sides down. So I want to make sure, let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is about halfway. I mean, it doesn't have to be that exact, but okay, that looks good. And yep, I'm going to trim off just a little bit up here. I do love the Stampin' Up! Snips because they are so sharp and precise when you are cutting. So there's that. Okay, so you can see the back is a little taller than the front, okay? And that's done to make this easier to pull in and out, okay? So now we want to adhere the sides. And what I would recommend is either use green glue along the short side, the front. Don't put it on the back side, because you know what? You'll be tempted to go all the way to the top and you're going to end up with adhesive up here. So use this. Again, I'm not in a mood for green glue today, so I'm going to use my double-sided tear tape. Okay, put it right on the edge here. And you know what? I think I'm about done with this one, so I'm going to get another one out. Yep. Actually, I think that piece was left over from a paper pumpkin kit. It was a small roll. But here's my big roll. So the other thing too is sometimes, you know, one can be a little heavy-handed with the green glue and it can ooze out. And while it's a great product, it tends to keep kind of a residual sticky feeling. So what I'm going to do is take the back off. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I'm going to fold that right over like that. Burnish that down. My adhesive just is a little bit over the top. But there we go. Got it down. Okay. So there is the envelope, for lack of, it's not really the envelope, but it's the main part of our card. See, it's going to go in here. So now, what I would tell you is if you wanted to stamp on this, I would just line this up on here and stamp before you attach it to this, okay? So, but you do this so that you know how much room you have, okay? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the top of this again, because of its ease of use and the fact that it holds strong. There we go. Let me burnish that down. Okay, I'm going to show you kind of a semi-foolproof way to make sure you get this centered correctly, like this is. Because it would be real easy to get it so it's not centered on your base, if that makes sense. See, you also want it centered here. So, I've seen a couple people do it a couple different ways, but I'm going to show you an easy way. And while we're looking at this, see, we're only putting adhesive here on the top. We are not putting it right here. This does not have adhesive on it. But let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and put the card part in here. It slides in. Oh, I didn't tell you the dimensions on this. This one's 4 by 3 3/4. 4 by 3 3/4. So go ahead and put it in your card in there like that. Get it kind of centered. Okay. So now you know it's going to be, it's a little off, but I don't think it makes any difference while it's in there. It's more important that it be centered when it's all put together. Let me fix this a little bit. So, okay, then what you can do is take this like this, and see, you want to make sure you've got it even on either side here. Let me see, sometimes people use their grids to do this. I don't think you have to, but it's just another way. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Just raise that up like that. Put it like that, and it's pretty darn straight right there. So see, it overlaps that. Come on, I put it in there so nice and tight. There we go. After you play with it a couple times, it'll go in and out super easy. There we go. See. There we go. So, but I do always suggest stamping first because, you know, if you mess up, then you can do it again. So we got that together. See, this is coming together pretty darn quickly, isn't it? Once you make your first one, then it's super easy. So now all we have to really do is do our embellishments. Now, I thought I had a small tag die, but I didn't. So all I did was use, oops, sorry, the oval to make a tag. It's the oval from this punch right here, okay? And the sentiment, the for you, is from Sending Cheer. You could put open me, no peeky, any of these work. It just adds a nice little kind of personalization to it. So I am going to, I think I can zoom out now a little bit so you can see better. Here we go. Why don't you see my host code? There you go. Yep, if you need anything, there's my website and my host code. Please use that unless your order is $150 or more before shipping and tax, and then you will get free product. Okay, so I have the For You. I'm using Cherry Cobbler ink. I'm going to stamp right on here in the middle. Perfect. And when I do this, I'm going to put my sentiment a little closer to the right side there, so that I can then make it be more like a tag. Okay. Now get your hole punch. Right now we don't have one, but you've probably got a hole punch somewhere at home like this to make a hole. Perfect. Now we're going to take a piece of linen thread. I love linen thread. This is probably about I'm going to do about 6 inches, give or take here. Right about in here. Now the one thing I don't like about the linen thread that's on here is because it's curly and hard to work with. But here's a tip. Take your bone folder and just do that. And look at that, it straightens it out an awful lot. So we're going to put this through this hole. Come on here. There we go. I mean, this could be some, you could use anything for this little tag. It's mostly just for decoration, but there you go. There's your For You tag. And I used my foam mat because I was using a photopolymer stamp. So we're going to take this and attach here. We're going to use some dimensionals. And we're just going to put them like right here. These are some of my tiny ones. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna put this, I want it to hang down, but I can't adhere, you don't want to adhere it on the bottom part, just on the top part, because if you adhere it down here, then you can't get it open, okay? Then the last thing is to make our bow. Now I use this green, garden green ribbon, even though I use shaded spruce cardstock, because of all the variations in colors in the designer series paper, I think the green, this garden green, works fine. This comes with this ribbon in a duo. This is in the annual catalog. It's Real Red and Garden Green 3/8-inch ribbon combo pack. So it's perfect for your holiday crafting. It's 159577 is the item number. So we're gonna make a bow. Don't need a big one. Remember the bunny ears? Make one bunny ear, make two bunny ear, and tie them together. Pull it through. Come on. There we go. And see, I've left it attached to my ribbon, my spool of ribbon, so I don't waste too much. I'll just cutting a little bit off at each side. Okay, so cut that on there. I'm going to put it on, and then I'll trim it up to my length. Best thing for attaching it is a glue dot. Okay, so I'm going to attach this right here. Oops, hold on, it's stuck to this. Well, I guess we'll just leave it there. It doesn't lay as nice as my other bow does, but that's okay. There we go, that's good. Then I can trim it up if I want to, but you know what, I think I'll just leave it. Sometimes too much fussy, you mess it up. So there you go. I hope you like this card. Like I said in the beginning, I think it could be used for a variety of occasions, depending on what colors you choose and what designer series paper you use. So please, I'd love to see, if you make this, I would love to see what it looks like. So I want to thank everybody for joining me, and I will see you next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Stamping with Denise. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving week. Bye now.